Each autumn, a very particular kind of parade winds slowly down through the Austrian Alps. It isn't led by musicians or soldiers or decorated cars. It's led by cows, and not ordinary-looking ones either. Their heads are crowned with enormous, elaborate wreaths of flowers, pine, and colorful ribbon. Large brass bells swing from their necks, clanging warmly with every slow, careful step. This is the Almabtrieb, the great cattle drive down from the high mountain pastures. And in towns across the Alps, it's treated as one of the biggest events of the year. So here's the real question. Why would bringing cows home warrant this much celebration?
The answer starts each spring, months before any parade ever takes place.
Every year, farmers lead their cattle up into the mountains for the warmer months. Up in the high pastures, the grass grows richer, wilder, and more nutritious than in the valley.
The cows spend the whole summer grazing freely across steep, breathtaking alpine meadows.
It's genuinely demanding work for the farmers who stay up there tending the herds. Unpredictable weather, steep terrain, and the constant responsibility of keeping every animal safe.
So when autumn arrives and the whole herd makes it back down safely, that's real cause for joy.
The Almabtrieb marks exactly that. A successful, accident-free summer safely completed.
If even one cow was lost or badly hurt over the season, the tone shifts noticeably. In that case, the herd returns with far simpler decoration, out of quiet respect. But when the whole summer has gone well, the celebration goes all out, joyfully and loudly. Each farming family spends days beforehand crafting elaborate headdresses for their favorite cows. Fresh alpine flowers, pine branches, mirrors, ribbons, sometimes small handmade crowns entirely. One especially decorated cow, usually the herd's best milk producer, leads the whole procession. She's called the Kranzkuh, the wreath cow, and wearing the honor is a genuine point of pride. No two farms decorate quite the same way, each family keeping its own distinctive style.
The large bells serve a real practical purpose too, not just festive noise for the parade.
Their sound once helped farmers locate wandering cattle across wide, foggy mountain terrain. Some say the ringing also helps mark the safe end of the mountain season.
Either way, the sound has become inseparable from the whole event's warm, familiar atmosphere.
As the herd winds down from the high pastures, entire villages turn out to watch and welcome them. Farmers and herders walk alongside their animals, dressed in traditional regional clothing. Brass bands often greet the procession as it reaches the edge of town. Children run alongside, delighted, some seeing the elaborately decorated cows for the first time all year. Once the herd reaches the village center, the real festival gets fully underway. Local cheese, fresh bread, and hearty mountain food fill long communal tables. Music plays late into the evening, and dancing often breaks out in the town square. It's part homecoming, part harvest festival, part simple, well-earned excuse to celebrate together. This tradition, called transhumance in broader terms, is genuinely centuries old. Moving livestock seasonally between low winter pastures and high summer grazing spans generations. It long predates modern refrigeration, back when fresh alpine grass meant richer milk and cheese.
The custom made practical sense first and only slowly grew into full festive celebration.
Over generations, gratitude for a safe summer became its own valued cultural tradition. The specific decorations, dances, and songs vary meaningfully across different alpine regions. In some valleys, the event is called by a slightly different regional name entirely. Neighboring Switzerland and parts of southern Germany hold strikingly similar celebrations of their own.
Despite small regional differences, the underlying spirit stays remarkably consistent everywhere.
Relief, gratitude, and community pride, wrapped together in flowers, bells, and warm mountain light.
In recent decades, the practice has faced real modern pressures worth acknowledging honestly.
Fewer families continue traditional alpine farming, and the elaborate preparation demands real time.
Some smaller farms have quietly stopped decorating their herds as elaborately as before.
Yet in many alpine valleys, the tradition remains genuinely strong, not merely performed for visitors. Alpine dairy farming produces some of Europe's most prized cheeses tied directly to this rhythm. Cheeses made from summer alpine milk often carry their own protected regional certification. Restaurants proudly note when a cheese comes specifically from high pasture summer milk.
The Almabtrieb season overlaps with harvest time in the valleys below, doubling the festivity.
Markets fill with both fresh alpine cheese and the season's first apples and pears. Local schools sometimes schedule a short holiday so children can attend the parade together.
It's treated as genuine cultural education, not simply a day off from lessons.
Photographers travel from across Europe specifically to capture the elaborately decorated herds.
Some images from the parade circulate widely each year, becoming small seasonal icons.
Younger farmers have started sharing the preparation process on social media in recent years. It's introduced a wider, often surprised audience to a tradition many had never heard of.
The core event, though, remains stubbornly local, made for the valley, not for the camera.
Locals still turn out in real numbers, and the pride in a safe season feels entirely sincere.
Tourism has grown around the event too, drawing visitors eager to witness it firsthand.
Most communities have welcomed that interest without letting it fully reshape the tradition's heart.
The cows still come first. The decorations are still made for the herd, not for cameras.
Visitors are simply welcomed into something that was always going to happen regardless.
So step back and consider what this elaborate parade of cows is really celebrating.
It isn't really about the flowers, or the bells, or even the food and music afterward.
It's about a very old, very human relationship. Gratitude for a difficult season safely survived.
In modern life, that kind of seasonal gratitude has largely faded from everyday awareness. Most people no longer track their year by harvests, herds, or the safe return of anything.
The Almabtrieb keeps that older rhythm alive, at least once a year in a handful of valleys. A whole community pausing together to notice. We made it through, and that's genuinely worth marking.
There's something worth borrowing in that instinct, even far from any alpine pasture.
You don't need cows, mountains, or handmade floral crowns to practice a version of this.
Just the willingness to notice a hard season completed and to mark it deliberately together.
A shared meal, a gathering of the people who helped you through it, a moment of open thanks. It doesn't need to be elaborate to matter. It simply needs to actually happen on purpose. High in the Alps, the herds are already gathering for their long walk back down. Farmers are weaving fresh flowers into wreaths, one careful stem at a time. Soon, bells will ring out across a mountain path, and a whole village will look up to watch.
Not because anything unusual happened this year, but because an ordinary safe summer still deserves it.
Somewhere below, tables are already being set up in the village square, ready for the crowd. A brass band tunes their instruments, ready to greet the herd the moment it comes into view.
Children practice craning their necks, trying to spot the very first cow rounding the final bend. This ritual, repeated every single autumn, never quite loses its warmth or its excitement.
Even farmers who've watched dozens of these processions still feel a small lift of pride. It's proof, walking proof, that a difficult season was survived and genuinely worth marking.
The mountains behind the procession stay exactly as they've always been, quiet and immense.
It's the small decorated figures moving across them that carry the whole story of the year.
By evening, the flowers will start to wilt, and the bells will finally fall quiet for the night.
But the gratitude behind the whole day tends to linger a good deal longer than the decorations.
It settles into the village, quietly, until the exact same pull begins again next autumn.
One more safe season, one more reason for the whole valley to look up and smile together.
That, more than anything else, is what the bells have always really been ringing for.